This has been a long time coming, but we're finally joining us on the show. It's Conrad from the Luka estate. How you doing?
How's it going, Simon? Nice to meet you, mate. Thank you very much for having me. Much appreciated.
Yeah, because I was having a look to see when the first time we played you guys was, and it was actually back in 2015 with The Believer.
No way. Yeah. No way. You're telling lies, man.
No, it was like,
wow.
I'm surprised we've never crossed paths, because you've played in Southampton a few times before, and I've just never been able to see you guys live. But it's been a while, so I'm glad we're finally getting to have a chat.
I mean, all I can say is thank you very much for supporting our band, for that long. It means the world, so thanks.
Yeah, no, I really like you guys, and like I've been obviously following you for a fair few years now, but definitely with the debut album that came out last year, when you look back at things like The Believer and things like that, there is just a definite... I was trying to work out a way of putting this. Like, it's just a more anthemic sound you guys have developed over the years. Like, there's just so much more, like... I don't want to say, like, aggression in the music, but, like, it just feels so much more powerful, like, what you've been producing now. And obviously, with the new single, Oxygen Thief, which is just, like, an absolute slap to the face, isn't it, really?
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, obviously, as a musician, you evolve and you change, and that's part of what being a musician is. It's about growth, and I suppose that's growing up. I suppose we've just grown up since that first release, really, and that's why the sound changes with time. I guess that happens with any artist, any band, But
you've definitely been getting, like, it's not heavier, but it is at the same time. It's not like, like really heavy music, but it's definitely more heavy in a rock sense.
I mean, I guess it's a conscious decision, because I guess we're just getting angrier, but with the times, you know what I mean? And we just naturally shifted into that kind of stuff, like Bury Me and songs like that. They came just naturally shifted into that genre. And then I guess Oxygen Thief is just another progression from, the Bury Me's that we're capable of. Yeah. And that's kind of, that song was born, Oxygen Thief is born out of a time of frustration and aggression and being fed up, really. It was born during lockdown. So you can hear why that angst and that anger is coming through in that music, because that's exactly what it is.
I mean, 100%. That as soon as you put Oxygen Thief on, you're like, yep, this is kind of what I was expecting. Because I think always when there's like a big change in the world, there's always some sort of musical response to that. And I think tracks like Oxygen Thief, I'd like to be seeing more of, because everyone has been angry, like, at what's been going on, and there's no way to really express it. And I think Oxygen Thief's one of the great ways of kind of just getting it out, just getting the anger out, and just trying to
Thanks, man.
Sort of like make sense of what's been going on last forever.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like we were in lockdown. We just got we'd released the record, and we'd got our advance. We changed our rehearsal space into a studio with our advance, and our studio was classed as our place of work. So we were together every day.
Yeah.
And also I was at home on my own, living alone, obviously evolving as a songwriter as well. And I found a way to kind of start writing more honest, personal lyrics. And I found that development as a writer through lockdown, to sing about myself and my troubles and whatever it is that's inside that needs to come out. I'm not shy of sharing that anymore,
Yeah.
You put the change in my songwriting, being angry and us wanting to create this different sound and put them together, and then kind of Oxygen Thief kind of comes out of that. That's the baby. Oxygen Thief baby. It's just a really angry baby that just wants to smash everything up. Like, comes out like flying header, you know what I mean?
But I think we need that. We kind of need like a art to release sort of emotions. I've always found that anyway. You're at the moment, you're in the studio recording a second album. So is Oxygen Thief more of a sort of field of what we can expect from you guys?
It's definitely a direction, mate. Yeah, I mean, bands are constantly evolving, aren't they, and changing. There's no point in making the same record twice.
No.
I'm a firm believer in that. It doesn't have to be like you go all electronic on your second album, or you go like bloody start doing 18-piece string arrangements. I'm not saying like that. It's just small progressions in the sense of little changes, like the change with Oxygen Thief. I suppose that's just sticking our flag in the ground and saying, right, okay, we're going in this direction. So I suppose it's kind of an inkling of where we're going. Let's just say that, I guess.
Because you guys are definitely taking on that sort of anthemic rock sort of vibe, especially with your live shows. I know so many people have seen you guys live at loads, and they love you every time. And also, you're coming back to Southampton to play a Joiners. You played there a few times in the past, 18th of May. I mean, how is it for a band to finally get back on the road, who kind of really made their career from starting out just playing as many shows as you could and just touring all the way around the world sort of thing, like being stuck away for so long and not being able to play? Now you're kind of being released again into the live set. How is that on that stage?
Yeah, it's great, man. Well, I mean, we toured September, October last year, and then we were meant to tour again in January this year, been pushed back to May. But yeah, I mean, that's where our bread and butter is. That's where what we feel like we're best at, getting on stage and playing our hearts out to everyone and wanting everyone to lose their minds is kind of our strength. So to get back out there and do it again is just the dream come true, really. We just can't wait to get out there and get everyone, loving the new tunes, and be great to play Oxygen Thief to a new audience. And hopefully we've gained some new fans from the last tour or some new fans from the new single. So yeah, we just can't wait to get out there, man, and just start doing it again and just pack the stuff in the van and off we go.
As a punter going to like the gigs, the few gigs I've been to since obviously like restrictions and stuff have all sort of have gone, I've just found there's the audiences are so much more engaging with the bands, and the bands are so much more ferocious on stage because I think it's just that shared sort of 2 years of we've missed this. Like,
oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, man. And I mean, in all honesty, the bands that are playing now, they've kind of survived it as well. So that's another thing you've got to remember. Like during this weird 2 years we've gone through, a lot of bands have broke up because either they've had no rehearsal space to go and get to it, or they've just had enough, or the pressure just got too much during this lockdown. But the bands you see now are playing are the bands that have either come together after a lockdown or the ones that have made it through it. You know what I mean? So getting on stage together is that release, like you said before. It's kind of like, oh, thank God for that. We can actually do what we're good at, kind of thing. So there is that element as well. That's why I think you're enjoying people playing, seeing people enjoying playing more. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a joy to behold, isn't it? People enjoy themselves.
Oh,
that's all we want from life, is to enjoy ourselves and for other people to enjoy themselves. So win-win.
And I think the point you made about the fact that bands have made it through is so underrated. People don't really think about it because like everything was taken away from bands, like an artist in general. Like you didn't have any sort of, a lot of monetary income from gigs and stuff like that. That's a really big thing for bands, especially ones that are starting out, who make their money from touring, things like that. Such a big hole to fill. So yeah, like you said, it was a case of survival for a lot of bands, which quite a few didn't make it, which is...
Yeah, man, definitely. We can't wait to get back out there. That's the be-all and end-all to us, getting out on stage and playing for people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it because this will actually be the first time I've seen you guys live, and I have been listening to you for, 2015, what's that, 7-8 years? It's been a long time.
You'll have to catch a beer, man, after the gig. You have to come and say hello and we'll catch a beer together.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I think this is probably one of the longest I've been from listening to a band to seeing them live. I think I've seen American bands quicker than what I've seen you. And you've been in Southampton before. I just don't know why I've always missed you guys. It's a shame, but I will be making up for it this year. 18th
There's
of
no
May.
excuse now, Simon. There's no excuse now, mate. I'll hunt you down if you don't turn up.
It's also this is now recorded. It's set in stone. I've said I'm doing it. I'm coming, and there is nothing in the diary for the 18th of May already. So I'm putting that in at the Joiners, which is one of my favourite venues in the South. It's just a great little venue.
It's a great venue, man. It's a great venue. I absolutely love it. It's done a lot for bands coming through. And every time I'm there, there's a proper dead rough pub down the road that has a meat raffle. It's mad. So I always pop my head in and go for a pint. It's proper rough. I love it. So there is that as well when you visit in. Always keep the touring lively. But yeah, it's a top venue, man. Love it. They've got a really good system there. It's really well run and great sound. It's just a great venue all around, man. It really is. Yeah,
Ricky and the guys are lovely. I do love the fact that one of the mementos you take away from Southampton is a meat raffle from the bar on the corner by the Joiners.
Yeah, man, the one down the road. You probably know the one I'm on about.
I know which one. I can't remember the name of it. I do know which one you mean.
It has all the Saints fans in there before the games on the weekends.
Yeah. Right. I know you are super busy because obviously you're in the studio at the moment, Conrad. So thank you so much for your time. Really looking forward to seeing you guys live, like I said, for the first time in a very long time at the Joiners on the 18th of May. And also really looking forward to some new music, which you're actually doing right now, this very moment.
Man. I mean, as well, you guys are listening, if you're coming to the gig, come and say hello after the gig. We love meeting fans and we love meeting people. Come and have a beer, come and have a chat, because, meeting you guys is what it's all about for us. So hopefully see some wonderful smiley faces there at the front, and then I'll see you all soon. But thank you very much for having me, Simon. I really appreciate it, mate. And I'll see you there. Remember, if you're not there, I'm going to hunt you down. So I'll see you there.
I will see you there, Conrad. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, Simon. Thank you, mate.